Hey everyone, I'm making this video today to kind of show you how to find a break in a pet fence, underground pet fence, any brand, doesn't matter, for just using everyday tools that you have around your garage or your house. I have researched this exhaustively, and what I've came to the conclusion is that for pet safe underground fences and other brands, there is not a good way to find breaks in a underground fence, or even find where the line is, without either buying a $70 petsafe branded line tracing tool, which seems like it has very poor success to begin with, especially for people with big yards and big circuits, or you pay an actual line detector professional to come out for $100 and find the fence for you, and that's maybe okay for a one-time thing, but if you have multiple breaks a year or consecutive years, that gets expensive in a hurry. So what I'd like to show you is what I've done and what I found works the best. So I've even tried buying this Centec cable tracker from Harbor Freight upon looking at some other people's reviews, and while this works really well above ground for tracing wires to your car, or even tracing pet safe wires above ground, it works terrible as soon as the wire goes underground. It loses the detection. So I've also found people trying to use the RF choke method, which seems to have limited success on other brands, non-pet safe brand like Radio Fence and so on and so forth, but it does not work on pet safe underground fences. So what I will show you today is a very simple method that works super easy, and everybody should know how to do it. And I couldn't find any other demonstrations on YouTube or on the internet on how to do this, so I figured I'd make one to help everybody out. So here we go. I am using just a generic push mower. Now, you can use anything, any small engine that you have laying around, as long as it's a 4-stroke. And what I did is wrapped a piece of wire. Now, this is just the pet safe wire that I had, but any small wire will work. Just wrap it a few times around the actual spark plug wire, okay? And then connect the other end of that wire. Make sure it's bared off. Connect that to any place in your fence that you have access. Now, I happen to have access out here because I accidentally broke the line here when I was trying to find my break, but you can do it anywhere. So even if you have access in your garage or in your basement, anywhere will work. Just make sure you run your small engine outdoors. So tie these two leads together, then fire up your engine. And in my case, my engine runs automatically at about 3,600 RPMs, I believe. It just defaults to that speed for mowing, and it's non-adjustable. So all I know is that speed works really well in my application, and typically I would target something similar to that. What I'm using to pick up the signal is something almost everybody will have laying around their house, especially if they grew up in the 90s. This is a generic Sony Walkman CD player, AM/FM radio. The AM is critical, so if you have any AM radio that has selectable frequencies, it should work just fine for you. So what you do is turn it on, obviously. Once you have your mower or your small engine running, tune into, in my case, I've found the best frequency is 530 kilohertz. That seems to be low enough to pick up the static from the ignition coil on the mower, but yet also low enough to where no other local frequencies are in that range. If you do end up picking up a local radio station or something, try to go up and down around that frequency to find something that is just static. And what you'll do, and I'll demonstrate this for you in a minute, is you will walk along your actual fence with your antenna. In my case, it's the receiver itself, with your antenna, and basically go back and forth above your fence. And the closer you get to it, the better you'll pick up the reception. But in my case, even standing up 4, 5, 6 feet above it, you pick it up very clearly. And what you'll do is you'll orient this so that when you go back and forth above your wire, you'll hear the static kind of increase as you get close to the wire, and then right above the wire, the static will go away completely. And then on the other side, you'll pick up the static again. and the static will decrease the further you get away. So you'll hear a really easily definable tone as you wand your receiver above your wire. And you can trace this around your entire yard. I've successfully traced it probably 2,000 feet with no issues. You do get a little bit of signal loss at those distances, but in my case I got a little over 3 acres zoned off, and I did over half of it no problem just by connecting up to this one source here. And the key is you keep on wanding until the signal stops, and then you know your break is right at that point. Okay, so it works great for not only detecting wires if you're doing yard work or landscaping, but also for finding breaks in wire. And this works on any brand system. It doesn't have to be petsafe in my situation. It can be radio fans, anything. Just the key is make sure you disconnect your unit in your basement or wherever you have it located, and leave that as an open circuit, because you don't want to be running some sort of power, some sort of signal back into your receiver. It might burn it up. But in my case, yeah, I just disconnected it, did this process, and it works every time. Here, now that we're away from the mower, let me see if I can do a better demonstration for you. See here, that change? That's exactly where the wire is. Right there. As you come away from it, you hear the static die off. You get closer, you hear the static, and it changes right at the wire. So then to find your break, just keep following it around, and I did this earlier so I know exactly where to go. But my break happened to be up here where I have some trees growing, and my wire's been underground for about 6 years, and I think maybe just a root or something finally broke the wire. But so yeah, my noise ends up stopping right in this area here, so I'm going to dig right there, and I should find the break. All right, I really hope this helps some people out. I know I struggled, and I was kind of stubborn. I did not want to pay the fee to have somebody come out and take a look at it. So if this helps you out, and if you feel like this saves you some serious time and effort and money, feel free to donate. I'll put a link down below in my description. So thank you very much.